Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all on colour correcting. I don't do colour correcting all the time, but when I do, I like to do it before I go out. My main concerns are my redness and my dark under eye circle, and I think it's done a pretty good job of covering it. So I'm just gonna walk you through the colour correcting situation that goes on. If you can remember back in the day in school when there was the colour wheel on the art wall somewhere in art class, you will notice that it's just a wheel of colours, and basically colour correction is based from that. So like the opposite colour from red is green, so green will counteract red, red will counteract green, if you get what I'm saying. Basically, because I have red on my face, I will use green to counteract that, and then the opposite colour to blue on the spectrum is orange, so you want to use something like orangey or peachy to counteract the blue undertones in your eyes. And then purple is also one that is used to correct like sallowness or like dullness in the skin, so that will really help brighten up your skin if you have like very tired, dull looking skin. And yellow is also used to correct the under eyes, but I prefer to use like peachy, salmony colours. That's just my personal preference. If you're of a darker skin tone, you would use like orange, like the deeper orange. Also if you have dark sunspots and stuff, you would use orange. So yeah, that's basically just like a quick little run through. But for me personally, I just focus on redness and under eye circles. So as you can see, I have pretty like red blotchy skin. It's quite uneven, and it's mainly just like in my cheek area. I don't really get much redness up here, but I get it like around my nose, on my nose. I have like some like little like breakouts starting to happen under here, and I've got like a spot here. Yeah, I do have very red skin, so it is rosacea. I don't really know what causes rosacea, but I don't know whether it's like my diet. My diet's really bad. I struggle with it daily. I've had it ever since I can remember. I don't remember a time that it like wasn't there. So yeah, I'm just going to show you how I correct it. I don't do this every day because one, I don't have time, and two, it can't be asked. I do like to take these steps when I'm like going on a night out or something, just to make sure, like, because obviously on a night out I like dancing a lot, and you know, my makeup tends to like wear off more, if you get me. I haven't got anything on my face at the minute. I've just got a lip balm on. Got my Vaseline rose and almond oil, which has like a little bit of a pinky tint to it. Before I get into any of the colour correcting, I do want to prime my face. I'm going to be mixing two primers. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover RX primer and the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. I've just been really loving this primer, and I've been liking mixing a little bit of this in as well. So this one is just for like nourishing, hydrating, like if you have dry skin, it's really good. And then this one, it says for oily to combination skin, but I've heard that people with like oilier skin don't really like this. Amy Macedo said that she doesn't like it. She has very oily skin. So yeah, it says minimises pores, absorbs oil, mattifies. I do find that it does have like a bit of a slip to it, so if you're not really into the whole slippy, slidey thing, then you might not like it, but I just find that it really works for my dry skin. Like, I notice that my makeup doesn't cling to any of my dry patches when I wear this. So yeah, I put one full pump of the Too Faced one. Oh, and by the way, I got this in America in Sephora, and I got it because I've never seen it in the UK, but now they have it on Debenhams. Oh. So if you're in the UK and you want to get it, it's on Debenhams website. Woohoo! Big summer blow! Okay, and then I'm going to take about half a pump of the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. And I just like to rub this everywhere. So there's a lot of like colour correcting products out there. I've only tried a couple. And the one that works best for me is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in green. This is a concealer, but I do use it like all over my redness. Just because I just find this the most pigmented, and it blends out really nicely, and it just does the best job. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer in the redness correcting one. I don't find that this actually does much at all. So I was looking at like primers just for like an overall application, but this I just feel like if you have like a similar redness to me, I don't feel like it'll work for you. I am gonna just show you what it's like now, just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so it is the colour green. I'm gonna put a little bit and just put it directly onto my cheeks. You tell me if I'm crazy, because I feel like this does nothing. Did it do anything? I don't know. I mean, did that do anything? To me, no. Like, this just does not provide any correcting for me. I seen Kathleen likes to use it, that's why I bought it, and I literally seen her redness go. So I was like, ah, perfect, I'll get that. But it just, for me, like her redness isn't that bad, mine is a bit worse. So as you can see, my redness is still there and it didn't do anything. So I would pass on this one. It is pretty expensive as well, it's about £30 or like 28 or something like that. And the LA Girl Pro Conceal is £5. Number 5. Okay, so I've just zoomed you in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. As you can see, I've got redness here from that spot, and I just got general redness. Like, I have like a skin pigmentation, like red bit there, my nose, so everywhere basically. So I'm just gonna open it and then I just squirt some of it out. Oh god. And I do really want to try the Becca correctors, because they have just come out, and there's also the Naked Urban Decay Naked Skin concealers, like the same formula, but they've come out with correctors, but that's only in America. They are not out in the UK yet, so when they come out I will be buying some. So yeah, basically I just do little stripes as if someone's like clawed my face. Basically just draw it on. I just do that. So you just want to apply this anywhere where you are red. If you have like more targeted bits of red, then just place it on like that one bit, but because mine is overall, I just put it everywhere. So just around my nose, this is where I'll get hormonal redness, and then just on the nose. Okay, so now that's on there. I don't really put on my forehead because I don't have much redness there. I'm going to use my damp beauty blender to blend it out. Sorry, it's dirty. But does anyone find that the black beauty blender is different to the pink one? Like, I feel like the black one is different. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I really feel like it is. I don't know which one I prefer. I'm just blending this in. As you can see, it is leaving that green tint to my face, but it is neutralising the redness. So don't be scared, your foundation will cover it, it's fine. Don't think, oh my god, I'm gonna be walking around with green face. Gonna be walking around like the Hulk over here. Just pushing it into the skin. I just prefer to use a beauty blender because I'm actually like working it into my redness rather than like using a brush and moving it all around and irritating my skin more, you know? Okay, so as you can see, it has neutralised it. It's not completely gone. I don't want to like completely have green face, but yeah, so that is how it should look. Don't be scared, it's fine, not to worry about it, it's fine. So now I'm going to show you how I correct my under eyes. As you can see, they're pretty dark. First thing that I like to use is the Becca under eye brightening corrector. They do have the like peach corrector now, but this is just the like original, just one shade corrector. So it's like that sandy colour, and it has like light reflecting pigment, so it just like reflects the like back out, so you know it's not going to show up your dark circles. But then also I love the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the colour Natural. This is the shade Natural. As you can see, it's like a peachy shade. So yeah, I really need to get another one of these because it's running out, but that is a really good concealer. Like when you put it on, it's really brightening. You can't really, it doesn't look like really peach, but they do have like the orange version corrector, so you can use orange to correct your under eyes, or peach. If you are darker, I would use orange. If you are fairer, I would just use peach. So first of all, I'm just going to go in with my Becca under eye brightening corrector. I need to remember the name of that. So I'm just going to take my finger. You can use a brush, but as you can see, it's quite like emollient. It's quite like sticky. It's okay, so it is quite thick, so I'm just gonna place this right up in here. I put a little bit too much on, but just like to target it right in the corner of my eye and just right in the sort of like socket, like the hollow bit where it looks really sunken in. And then I just spread it to the end because I get like a little bit of darkness on the end. Okay, so as you can see, that's like brightened up loads. And just tap it in. You want to use like your ring finger because this is the most delicate finger to use. Okay, so that's basically how I correct my redness and under eye circles, and then I will go in with all my makeup as usual, as I normally would. Okay, so for foundation, I'm just going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 128 Warm Nude. I do still have a bit of fake tan left on from the weekends if you're thinking I look a bit crazy. My face, I've just been scrubbing it and exfoliating, so yeah. I'm just gonna, the only thing with America, you don't have pumps on your Fit Me, we have pumps. That it works fine on my dry skin. So I just tipped all of the product out, so let's just save myself and just like scoop all that back in. Beck, what are you like? I'm just pressing this in with the Beauty Blender. I prefer using this with the Beauty Blender just because I feel like it retains most of its coverage. So as you can see, the foundation is doing a good job of covering the green, so you don't have to worry about the green. Okay, so for concealer, I do want to go in with a high coverage concealer. A few of my faves are, right, recently it's the Tarte Maracuja Crease Concealer. This is so good at like brightening your under eye and covering the dark circles. Okay, clear. What is this clear? I don't know, it doesn't say. But yeah, it does. Fairly light neutral. That is what it is. Also, things that are quite similar. This is like pure, like concentrated pigment, I find. This is the Laura Mercier High Coverage Concealer for Under Eye. You need, like, when I say the tiniest amount of these two, like, these two you need the tiniest amount ever, like a pin drop, like a pin head, that much. And it will cover the whole of your under eye. So this is in the shade 1, so I think that's the lightest shade. And oh no, I think they do like 0.75, 0.5 and all that. And then the other one, which is affordable, is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. Not that you can tell because it's all rubbed off and it's all minging. But this is in the shade Fair 1, and it's just so full coverage. It's like one of the best concealers I own, and it's like £4. So today I might go back to my Laura Mercier just to like, I haven't used it in such a long time. I bought this when Samantha from Backlash talked about it before. And she was like, you need the tiniest bit. And I was like, whatever. But literally, like, I'll show you how much I'm using now. That's how much I've got. Oh, sorry about my thumb. Look, does anybody remember that I caught in a dough and half of it was in half? The end of it fell off, and it's just absolutely disgusting, and I feel like so ratchet. So I'm just gonna take the tiniest amount and just place it underneath here. As you can see, like I literally just put the tiniest amount on my brush and it's just going the longest way. So I'm just going to use this to highlight a little bit. It does have like a peachy undertone, this one. This is the shade 1, like I said. So it will like help counteract the blue tones for the under eye. Okay, now I'm going to move on to bronzing, and I'm going to be using a cream bronzer that I've loved for so long, but I just have neglected it and I haven't used it for a hot minute. So I'm going to use the Soleil Tanday Chanel cream bronzer. I did hit pan on it before, but it's just a really nice, like, it's a warm bronzer, but it has a lot of neutral sort of undertone to it. So that's it right there, and it's just really subtle and natural, and it just makes it look fucking amazing. I'm going to use this with my Real Techniques sculpting brush. Like that. This is a nice shade because you can use it to contour, like it's not to the point where it's so warm that you can't contour. So I just like to put this in like the hollows and then just like buff upwards. Just applying that to my hairline. This is like a £40 cream bronzer, but it lasts such a long time. And to further cream contour, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier cream contour kit. As you can see, it's pretty beat up, but I love this shade to contour and this shade when I'm a bit more tan. So I'm just going to use the lighter one and then dab it once into the other one. And just go boop, boop, boop. And then just slightly buff into the hollow. And then you can buff sort of like up towards the hairline. Use this little pointed foundation brush from Real Techniques and the cooler shade from the cream contour kit. And now you want to set your under eyes, and you can either use something like more brightening. So I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and this is in the shade number 1. Comes in 1 and 2. I'm not sure the difference because they both look white. But I am going to first put down the original rcma No Colour powder. This is amazing. Like, I haven't used my Laura Mercier translucent powder since getting this, so that says a lot. It is quickly becoming my favourite translucent powder. It says no colour instead of translucent because there's no filler or like pigment things in there. So it says the perfect universal setting powder for all skin types. The no colour powder contains absolutely no pigment, no perfume, no fillers, and will never alter your foundation shade or natural skin tone. It will set your makeup with a flawless finish and won't cause a flashback. So before you set your under eyes, just want to make sure that all the creases are blended in. And this concealer is actually very non-creasy. Like, it's one of the concealers that I have that I just don't get any creasing with it, so it's really, really good. I'm just going to blot out my fine lines as well. I'm going to take some of that powder on a Morphe M501 and just dab it underneath there. And then to like bake with it, I'm just going to use my beauty blender and just tap it underneath where I've contoured and just like press it into my skin. And I'm just going to leave that there for about 3 minutes. I'm going to put some down the centre of my nose. And just around my nose. To further brighten up my under eyes, I'm going to be using that Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, which actually has like light reflecting particles in it, so that's why it's going to brighten up your under eyes even more and just like further correct your under eyes. And just pressing this underneath. So to further correct, you can also get like corrective powders. So I've got the Too Faced hashtag selfie palette. This has been out for a while now, it probably came out last summer. And it has a purple, like a bronzy shade, and then like a yellow shade. The purple is gonna like brighten up your face. It's just gonna make more like life come to your face, and then the yellow one will kind of do the same. This bronzy colour is really nice. It's like a bronzer topper because there's a little bit of a sheen. I'm gonna take like quite a big brush. This is the Zoeva 101 Luxe Face Paint brush. I'm just gonna take some of the purple and mix it with the yellow. And you might not see a difference, but it makes a difference like in pictures and stuff. And it's not meant to literally be like a solid purple powder, it's just meant to like further brighten up your face. Gosh, bronzer. So this is like affordable, it's really, really good. It is the bronzing powder in O2 Natural Glow, and it's just like a really nice like neutrally bronzer. It's really nice for fair people, and it's just like really creamy, pigmented, blendable. I'm just going to use that to bronze up the face. For the contour shade, I'm going to be using my Marc Jacobs Mirage filter palette, and just blend this in the hollows and blend it upwards. And then just to further contour my nose, I'm going to use this Mirage filter palette and just this little cheap like eyeshadow brush, and just slightly go down the nose. Hang on. For like setting other parts of my face, I like to go in with this Charlotte Tilbury powder. I just like to buff this like underneath my contour and stuff. This is in the shade Light, it's like very light. So it just kind of like brightens up and just further sets these areas. Something that I've been loving is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. They have them on 50 Day now, I believe. Called 50? I don't know. But I've been really loving the shade Bubbly. So, and then I mix a little bit of Submersed. And just like to put this kind of like all over my cheek. Because it's like more like a sheen, it's not like, oh it looks really intense in there. It's not like a really wet kind of thing, it just looks like just glowy. So I put this like everywhere. And then to further highlight, I'm going to be using my Dior Nude Air Glowing Gardens highlighter in Glowing Nude. This is number 2, so this is from the like spring summer collection. This is it, it's like a rosy champagne-y colour. It is limited edition, so it is quite hard to find at the minute, but I had the last one at House of Fraser and I was like, yes! I was like trying to find it all day, and it was there and I was like, oh my god, living! So I just like to put that right on the tops of the cheekbones, and it is intense. I find that it works best with this brush. This brush is the Zoeva Luxe Highlight Brush. Whoa, I look glowy. I'm just going to put that on the tip of my nose. For blush, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light blush in Hansel and Gretel. This isn't very pigmented though, like just an update on my thoughts. It's just like not the same formula as a like contour kit or like the eyeshadows. So I don't really like pigmented blush, so it works nicely for me. And I like to apply blush after my bronzer and highlight, just because I feel like it all meshes better, like it all flows a bit better when I do it afterwards. I don't know why. So guys, that completes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. Hope you found it helpful, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys. Mwah.